Hey there, welcome to Janko TV. Today, we're talking about the greatest zombie movies of all time. These movies have defined the genre and have left a lasting impact on audiences for decades. If you're a fan of zombie movies, then you're in for a treat. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready for a countdown of the top 10 greatest zombie movies of all time. Number 1. Night of the Living Dead, 1968. This movie, directed by George A. Romero, is considered the godfather of the modern zombie movie. It's a must-see for any fan of the genre. The story follows a group of survivors trapped in a farmhouse as they try to fend off hordes of the undead. It's a low-budget movie that was shot in black and white, but it's still just as terrifying today as it was when it first came out. The movie's social commentary on society and its handling of the themes of death and decay were ahead of its time. The movie's portrayal of the undead as relentless, flesh-eating monsters was a stark contrast to the traditional portrayal of zombie as slow-moving, unintelligent creatures. Night of the Living Dead was a game-changer for the genre, and it's a movie that's still as relevant today as it was when it first came out. Number 2. Dawn of the Dead, 1978. Another Romero classic, Dawn of the Dead is a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. It's a movie that takes place in a mall, and it's a commentary on consumerism and the idea that people are just going through the motions in life. The movie is a thrilling ride that's filled with action, gore, and plenty of scares. The movie's portrayal of the mall as a sanctuary from the zombie was a unique and innovative concept at the time, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. Dawn of the Dead was a box office success, and it's considered a classic in the genre. It's a true classic that's still just as entertaining today as it was back in 1978. A zombie outbreak as a mundane and everyday occurrence was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. Number 4. 28 Days Later, 2002. This movie, directed by Danny Boyle, is a different take on the zombie genre. It's set in the United Kingdom and follows a group of survivors as they try to survive a virus outbreak that turns people into rage-filled monsters. The movie's portrayal of the virus outbreak as a fast-moving, highly contagious event was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. The movie's portrayal of the infected as fast-moving, highly aggressive creatures was a stark contrast to the traditional portrayal of zombie as slow-moving, unintelligent creatures. 28 Days Later was a critical and commercial success, and it's considered one of the best zombie movies of all time. Number 5. The Cabin in the Woods, 2012. This movie, directed by Drew Goddard, is a horror comedy that subverts the traditional horror genre conventions. The story follows a group of friends who spend a weekend in a remote cabin in the woods, only to find themselves being hunted by monsters. The movie's portrayal of the cabin in the woods as a place of evil and terror was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. The Cabin in the Woods was a critical and commercial success, and it's considered one of the best horror movies of all time. It's a movie that's filled with plenty of scares, plenty of laughs, and plenty of twists and turns, and it's a must-watch for fans of the genre. The movie's use of meta-humor and its the exploration of the horror genre conventions were some of the elements that made it stand out. Number 6. Zombieland, 2009. This movie is a comedy horror movie that's set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. It follows a group of survivors as they try to survive in a world overrun by zombies. The movie's portrayal of the survivors as a group of unlikely heroes who form a makeshift family was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. Zombieland was a critical and commercial success, and it's considered one of the best zombie comedy movies of all time. It's a movie filled with laughs, scares, and plenty of action, and it's a great way to pay homage to the genre while still being original. Number 7. World War Z, 2013. This movie is a different take on the zombie genre. It's a movie that's set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombie, and it follows a group of survivors as they try to survive in a world overrun by zombie. The movie's portrayal of a worldwide zombie outbreak was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. World War Z was a critical and commercial success, and it's considered one of the best zombie movies of all time. It's a movie that's filled with plenty of action, plenty of suspense, and plenty of scares, and it's a great way to pay homage to the genre while still being original. Number 8. The Return of the Living Dead, 1985. This movie is a cult classic that's known for its over-the-top gore and dark humor. It's a movie that takes place in a medical supply warehouse, and it follows a group of employees as they try to survive a zombie outbreak caused by a chemical leak. The movie's portrayal of the zombie as smart and able to communicate was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. The Return of the Living Dead was a box office success, and it's considered a classic in the genre. It's a movie that's filled with plenty of scares and plenty of laughs, and it's a must-watch for fans of the genre. Number 9. The Evil Dead, 1981. This movie, directed by Sam Raimi, is considered a classic in the horror genre. It's a movie that follows a group of friends as they vacation in a cabin in the woods, only to find themselves being possessed by demons. The movie's portrayal of the cabin in the woods as a place of evil and terror was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. The Evil Dead was a box office success, and it's considered a classic in the genre. It's a movie that's filled with plenty of gore and plenty of scares, and it's a must-watch for fans of the genre. The movie's use of practical effects and its raw, gritty aesthetic set it apart from other horror movies of the time, and it's a movie that still holds up to this day. Number 10. Train to Busan, 2016. This South Korean movie is a thrilling ride that's set on a train during a zombie outbreak. The movie's portrayal of the zombie outbreak as a fast-moving, highly contagious event was a unique and innovative concept, and it's a concept that's still being used in movies and TV shows today. Train to Busan was a critical and commercial success, and it's considered one of the best zombie movies of all time. It's a movie that's filled with plenty of action, plenty of suspense, and plenty of scares, and it's a great way to pay homage to the genre while still being original. The movie's use of a confined setting and its exploration of the human emotions of fear, love, and sacrifice were some of the elements that made it stand out. So, there you have it, our top 10 greatest zombie movies of all time. These movies have defined the genre and have left a lasting impact on audiences for decades. Each one of these movies has its unique elements that set it apart from the others and that makes them so memorable and worth watching. If you haven't seen any of these movies yet, be sure to check them out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more great content from Janko TV. Thank you for watching.